So you wake up one morning, you look at your watch, and you realize you're late for everything. You have a friend you got to get a cup of coffee with, and you also have a meeting that you have to attend. So you rush out your house. But there's one thing you're not going to forget to do. You're not going to forget to lock your door. So if we're going to protect our physical life, why do we leave our digital life so wide open? That's right, things like your emails, your bank accounts, your social media accounts, we're leaving them wide open by protecting them with a flimsy little screen door we like to call passwords. Attackers are no longer just randomly trying to guess your password. They're actually getting a list of them from anything like data breaches or phishing attacks, and they're spraying billions of them in a matter of seconds to moments to try to get in. So here's my question for you. If I'm able to show you how to block 99.9% of these attacks in under 5 minutes, are you down? Well, that's what multi-factor authentication, or MFA, does. And before you roll your eyes, no, this is not just another boring lecture. I'm Trent with Visual Torch, where cybersecurity meets clarity. This is where we take complex cyber threats and break them down into simple and engaging stories for anyone to understand. In today's video, you'll be getting a no jargon, real-world crash course on MFA, what it is, why it matters, and how you can turn it on today. And if you stick around to the end of this video, I'll be going over one of the biggest mistakes people make when it comes to MFA, and I guarantee you it's probably one you never thought of. So let's get into this video. Let's be honest, most of our passwords are terrible. Either we reuse them, we write them down on sticky notes, or create something like password 123 and we think it's secure when it's not. In my last video, I went over how to create strong passwords, but even strong passwords can be stolen. Hackers are not caring about how complex your password is or how long it is. All they want to do is find it in either a phishing attack or a data breach, and they're off to the races. So, how do you protect against this? You add another lock, and that's where MFA comes in. Multi-factor authentication is all about proving you are who you say you are in more than one way. So think about it as your debit card when you go into an ATM. To withdraw money, you need your debit card, but you also need to know the PIN. It's not going to work without either one of them by itself. So that's exactly what MFA is. Think of like taking your password and then adding something like your phone or your fingerprint, and that's how you get in. Multi-factor authentication is going to be broken down into 3 different categories. It's going to be something you know, which will be your password, your PIN, or security question. It'll be something you have, like a smart card, a phone, or hardware token. Or it's going to be something you are, that will be a fingerprint or face scan. What a lot of people get wrong with this is they try to combine, let's say, a password with security questions and thinking that is multi-factor authentication when it's not. The true strength in multi-factor authentication is when you take one of those categories and pair it with something else. So if you have your password, you're going to pair it with a hardware token or a face scan, and that is where MFA truly shines. So, quick question for you. What combination of those 3 categories do you feel is most secure? Do me a favor and leave it down in the comments. It doesn't have to be one that you like to use. It can be just ones that you just feel comfortable with. When it comes to MFA, you'll notice a few options when you go to turn it on. And one of them is actually least secure than the other. And that will be starting with the SMS or text codes. Yes, they're convenient, but attackers are doing things called SIM swapping, where they're actually taking a clone copy of your SIM card and they're inserting it into a phone they own and control. That way they're able to get those codes to come in and log into your account. The next one is a personal favorite, is going to be the authenticator apps. This is your thing like Dual Security or Google Authenticator. What they're going to do is they're going to generate a 30-second time-based code that will revolve, and you're able to use that to sign in. The next one is now becoming very popular with a lot of companies like Amazon or your banks to see it, and it's going to be push notifications. That's where they tell you, hey, if you logged in, do us a favor, open the app and hit approve or deny. And then the last one is going to be what's going to call hardware tokens. So it's going to be things like this. This is actually a YubiKey, which is one of those hardware tokens. So your code will live on here, and you just insert it into your computer. It'll pull up an app that'll be similar to the Authenticator app, and it'll give you a time-based code that will rotate. If you're looking for security and convenience, my best suggestion would be the Authenticator app. Now, everyone's looking at this and you're probably thinking, man, it's just not convenient. I'm tired of using this. I don't want to have to log. I want to check something else to be able to log into my account. Well, what if that 5 seconds of inconvenience can leave you stress-free for days or weeks? I personally know people who have lost access to their accounts and they're stressed and they're like, Trent, how do I get in? I didn't turn on MFA. So now they're looking at it and they're saying, man, I don't know what to do. And now they're trying to contact help centers and all this to get back into their account. Next thing you might think is, it's just too complex. Like, it's another tech thing I have to do. But in reality, they're making it a lot simpler now. If you use something like the Authenticator app, your account that you're trying to turn MFA on will actually generate a QR code, and you just scan that with your phone, pull it up, it'll pull up the app, and you just verify the code that's being matched in it. And then also you may think, well, that's great, but what if I lose my phone? Well, again, this is why I recommend the Authenticator app, because they come up with backup codes. You can take those backup codes, you can store them into your password manager, or you can even print them out and put them in a safe so you have them somewhere secure for safekeeping. Now, as I promised in the earlier part of this video, we'll be going over the biggest mistake that people make when it comes to MFA, and that's something called MFA fatigue. Yeah, you probably never heard of it, but it's a new attack that hackers are trying to do. It's where they spam your push notifications with their approve or deny requests over and over and over, hoping that you hit accept. So basically, they may have found your password somewhere, they use it on an account, and then now they know that a code is being sent to your account. So they're going to try and request that code as many times as they can, just hoping you hit approve just one time. Here's the golden rule. If you didn't log in, don't hit approve. Getting into this one simple habit will help save your account in case attackers ever get in. Here's my challenge for you today. You don't have to start by turning on MFA everywhere, but just turn it on this one account, your email. Why? Because if you're like most people, your inbox can be your skeleton key to your whole digital life. Think about it. If attackers are able to get into your email, then they're able to reset passwords to some of your most sensitive accounts, like your bank accounts, your subscription services, even your social media accounts. All you have to do is go into your email security settings and turn on MFA. And then from there, you can select which type of MFA you want to use. If you're using the Authenticator app, just make sure you're backing up those codes. Do us a favor, if you thought of some of the accounts that you should set up first for MFA, just let us know down below. It doesn't have to be your personal accounts, but just some that you can think of that would be the most important. You don't have to be a cybersecurity expert to protect yourself. It's all about just taking small but powerful steps, and MFA is the biggest one. So this October, do yourself a favor and turn on that digital deadbolt. It's about keeping yourself secure now and protecting your future digital self. Security isn't about being paranoid, it's about giving yourself a peace of mind. I'm Trent with Visual Torch, where cybersecurity meets clarity. And if you like this video, do us a favor and share this with your friend who you know is still using password 123. Also, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell where you can stay up to date to all the tools, tips, and stories that help keep yourself secure. Have a great day.